Good afternoon. It's Saturday, whee! And yeah, I'm in the car again. Not going to work. I don't work on a Saturday normally. Well, I do on call and stuff, but not today. So anyway, I was driving yesterday on the motorway, and I noticed there was an unmarked police car at the side of the road, and it got me thinking. Unmarked police cars are never white. Just joining back onto the motorway. If you wonder what the noise is in the background, just accelerating the BMW up to cruising speed. So yeah, yeah, police cars, unmarked ones. They're never white, are they? I mean, because you could mistake them for a police car, and usually they're like black. Real, haha, you'll never guess this is an unmarked police car. So I think that's very interesting that the two main colours, that's something to look out for. So if you see a black car, yeah, it could well be an unmarked police car. I just thought it was interesting. Certainly don't get white ones. I suppose it depends where you live, and I suppose if the country you live in, they're a different colour than white normally. Just drinking some water. Then maybe that's the colour they don't have normally. So I just thought it was very interesting. It's unmarked, but yeah, it's a bit like what example could I use? A plainclothes police officer normally wears a suit. They look a bit like a policeman. It's one of those funny things. So the weather today is, it's not raining at the moment. It's cloudy. I can see clouds. And the temperature is, according to the BMW, 16.5. Wow. I can probably work out I've got a computer. I can work it out, but I've got a computer here now in the car, in the BMW. I can go into settings and go to units, language units. Oh, this is interesting. And I can change the units to Fahrenheit. Let's see just how cold Ireland really is in Fahrenheit. Here we go, now it's changed. 61. I mean, that sounds cold, doesn't it? 61 Fahrenheit. I don't think anybody ever said it's a balmy 61 Fahrenheit. Yeah, but it's not cold. I think we'll, yeah, maybe leave that there, I think. So yeah, just an interesting little, just a little story now about a hotel that I was in recently. It was a nice room. It was a very good deal. I'd like to say that to begin with. It was a really nice hotel. It had 23 floors including the rooftop bar. So 22 floors. Floors 18 to 22 is primarily suites. I wasn't in a suite, but I was lucky enough to be on floor number 17. And I mean, the room was okay. It wasn't massive. Lovely bed now. Anyway, lovely bed. No complaints in the bed department. No Netflix on the TV. Bit of a surprise. They had other apps, YouTube and the like. But interesting. Yeah, an interesting little story. It's a celebrity story actually, and I don't have many celebrity stories. I'm not quite sure why. I'm never fazed by it. If I meet a celebrity, I see a celebrity, and by celebrity, I'm sort of talking people in the movies mainly, I think, or in television. You'd recognise the face, So this is a tale of two celebrities. The first celebrity, well, I didn't know who it was, and I'm starting to forget his name now as well. But essentially, I checked into this hotel, and it was a premium room in the sense of it was on the 17th floor. So you can imagine that's about, 170 feet up, something like that. It's pretty high. It's only about Irish standards. That'd be high. And I could look down, I could see a lovely vista, a city vista. I'm probably not going to tell you the name of the hotel. I might do later on, depends how I'm feeling. They haven't paid me for this. So, but anyway, I checked in. 17th floor, number 17 in the lift, whoosh, and it's one of those high-speed lifts. I really do like them because there's no shilly-shallying, there's no messing around. 17 in the lift on the ground floor, boom, within a very short period, you can feel the acceleration as you go faster and faster, and then boom, I was at 417, and I was staying in room 1711, 1711. It was a lovely room, lovely, like I said, lovely vista, a nice bed, shower and a bath, and nice bath. It's always nice to have a nice bath there. I'd never use it though, I'd always use a shower. So yeah, it looked okay. There's an iron and an ironing board. I always look at them, never use them. Closed the cupboard again. So it was obviously at least a 4-star hotel. I actually don't know how many stars it was, to be honest. But I noticed straight away on the writing table or desk, whatever you call it, in the room, I noticed there was a couple of cupcakes in a box. And I'm going, this is interesting. Do you get cupcakes in the room? I thought that's a nice little touch. Cupcakes, I mean, a bottle of wine would have been nicer, but cupcakes, it's still a nice idea. Obviously, you don't want to be diabetic really eating them, I suppose. I don't have any allergies. It didn't say the ingredients now, but anyway, let's put that to one side. I thought, there's a card. Wow, I'm really enjoying it. Now, I've stayed at this hotel twice before. Room's not as good as this one, but this certainly by no means was the best room in the house. Let's just be clear on that. Maybe one day. But anyway, I picked up the card, and it said, it's from the manager and his team. We'd like to welcome you once again to the hotel. If there's anything you need at all, do not hesitate to ask myself or one of my team. We will be delighted to help you. I thought, that's really nice. And then the line that caught me a little bit off guard was, Mr. Omar, please have a pleasurable stay with us again. And okay. I just want to make it clear now, my surname isn't Omar. And now I might be pronouncing this wrong. I do apologise if you are a Mr. Omar, and certainly the one in question. I would have definitely apologised to you because I ate your cupcakes. But it was spelled O-M-A-A-R. I know now it's a Somalian name. I just want to say I do apologise if I get it pronounced. But Omar, it looks like Omar to me. Anyway, it was his cupcakes, not mine, but I ate them anyway. After I looked him up on LinkedIn, obviously, I'd like to. This person, I did in my mind think, could this be like a sheikh or someone from a wealthy royal family from the Middle East? I had all sorts of ideas in my mind, and I then said to myself, it's a nice room, but not that nice. I mean, we're not talking a suite here, so I was a little bit perplexed that the hotel was personally, thanking this guy when he's staying in a premium room, but not the best room in the house, and not a suite by any means. So I was a bit perplexed. I really wanted to find out about this guy. Maybe this guy had booked into the hotel like for 6 months or something, and this was the room he would be staying. Like it could have been anything like that. So I thought I'll look this guy up. And I did. I found him on LinkedIn. And it's interesting because we're a third connection. So he knows somebody that I know on LinkedIn. Wow. I haven't paid for premium, so I don't know who that person is. But anyway. So it was interesting because he's Somalian, lives in the UK now. And he's sort of a celebrity. When I say celebrity, I'm not talking movie star or television star. He's actually a journalist. He's a journalist who used to work for the BBC. And I didn't recognise, I think I might have recognised him, didn't recognise the name. I did find he's on Wikipedia, and I looked him up, and very interesting, So he's a journalist. He works for the BBC, and I think Al Jazeera, now, or I don't know, but essentially he's a journalist. And then it dawned on me why the hotel would want him, to have this wonderful stay at their hotel. He's a journalist. You know what? He might write about them, and people will listen. So I went, wow, yeah. Because I did wonder, because the room wasn't overly fancy. It wasn't the best room in the house, wasn't the worst either, nice view, you know. They were obviously pulling out the stops because they knew he was a journalist. And well, you know, it was interesting actually that the hotel, as I was walking to the car, but the car park was away from the hotel, still the one I parked in, it was near the BBC. And I thought, oh, maybe he was at the BBC, you know, it was really a perfect hotel for that. So that was the first celebrity that I encountered on this particular trip. It was only a one-night stay. So yeah, so a journalist for Al Jazeera, very interesting, and the cupcakes, very nice. Not normally something I eat the cupcake, if I'm honest. I don't have a sweet tooth. I did make sure they were pretty fresh, and I think what happened, I think he was meant to stay the night and he didn't. I think he just used the room during the daytime. That was the impression I got. And he wasn't into the cupcakes and he just left them. I think if you listen to this, Mr. Omar, then yeah, you didn't miss much. They were pretty, they looked nicer than they tasted. And you know what? They should have had some idea about the ingredients. You know, if anybody's got, you know, allergies or whatever. Yeah, anyhow, I had a lovely stay in this hotel. I had breakfast in the room. I know I should have gone to the restaurant for it. Going to bed, I was a little bit tired, and I said to myself, I'll have breakfast in the room in the morning. And I have to say, the breakfast was magnificent. It was exactly what I wanted. Everything was just perfect, even down to the butter. It was like solid, but soft enough to spread. Oh man, it just hit the spot, you know. So yeah, it was perfect, the breakfast. So after breakfast, I had a few things to do. Just do a bit of a shop and do other little things. So I thought, oh, I'll check out now, you know. I'm checking, and as I'm getting into the lift, the high-speed lift, it whizzes down a few floors. Now I say down, you know, to the cheaper rooms. Anyway, I'm in the lift, and as we're going lower, it's stopping. So basically what happened was, I'm on floor 17. I call the lift. The lift goes past. I thought, damn you, lift, damn you. It went to floor 22. A couple got in. As I found out, it came to my floor. I got in, so there's a couple in there. It went down another few floors, floor 6, I think. A couple's got in. And then, oh man, it's going to stop again. And this lift, I mean, it's quite a biggish lift, but, you know, being close to humans, it's not a great thing, you know. Anyway, it comes to the second floor. I think it's the second floor. And in walks a celebrity. And I think what's very interesting is there was a young couple in the lift, and immediately her face lit up. She knew this celebrity. I did as well, actually. I knew him very, you know, from the movies. And I think he's been on television, but in movies, he's from movies, and he's an Irish. He's from Dublin. Celebrity actor. And as soon as he got in, you know, we obviously recognised him, like. And I think what was interesting was he was fucking scruffy now. He was scruffy. He had no socks on. He had shoes on, no socks. He had a newspaper, and I do think that maybe he was that way to keep a bit of a low profile. And I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't go to, oh, can I have your autograph? Can I take a photograph? You know, the young couple did in reception afterwards, but I didn't. I'm a bit above that, you know. So the celebrity, anyway, he was in Star Trek. It's actually Colin Meaney. He's an Irish actor, but he's been in the Star Trek series. The Star Trek series. When it was Jean-Luc Picard was in it. When he was in it, Picard. That sounded very Yorkshire. It was Jean-Luc Picard. When he was in it. And he's been in other movies as well. The Snapper, he was in. Commitments, I think he was in. A lot of Irish movies as well. But I do remember him from being in the Star Trek stuff as well. So, yeah, Colin Meaney was in the lift. Looking quite unshaven. Look, having had many a hangover, he looked a little bit hungover. So he had a good night. And I know he was trying to keep a low profile, and I know he must get it all the time. And I restrain myself. He must get it all the time. People are going, oh, recognise them, you know. People who don't know him, you know, who just know him from the. And God, I'd hate that, man. And that's why I don't hassle people who are celebrities, even if I'm a little bit starstruck, you know. Maybe if I want to, you know, shake them by the hand and say, I love your work. No, I don't. I step back. I cool it, you know. But